This is a Fairmount about Fairmount, the new Visions Civic League podcast. Hear from guests that matter to you. Real people, real talk, real facts.
Hello, neighbors. It's been a while. It's been since November since we've had one of these, and I wanted to take a little bit of time to let you know why, to fill you in on what's been going on with New Visions Civic League. And there's been a lot that's been happening behind the scenes that has led to some conversations about what 2025 will look like. So the first big thing is we are saying goodbye to our Vice President, Sheena Palmer. And Sheena has been with us for a couple years and has served in some big ways. And so I first wanted to say thank you, Sheena, so much for the ways that you've stepped in and served with New Vision Civic League, especially at a time where we needed some people. And if you know Sheena, you know that she does a lot. She carries so many things. She's serving in so many ways. And so I'm excited to see how she is freed up to really go deeper in these other spaces as we come into 2025. And so we are going to miss her. But her absence also led Sonny and I to have some conversations, because one thing that we've known, even when Sheena was with us, is there's a lot we could do. There's a lot that we might not have the capacity to do. So there are some things we need to figure out. So with just Sonny and I, and Sonny, by the way, being in Paris, we needed to figure out what New Vision Civic League needs to look like moving forward. 2024 was a year of exploration, trying some new things, shifting away from the in-person meetings and exploring other ways to connect with, communicate with the community. New Vision Civic League is not going anywhere. Those are still values of ours. We still want to connect. We still want to advocate. We still want to share important things. But we have to figure out a way for it to work for Sonny and I. You know, on my phone, I often will get these messages that'll pop up that'll try to help me to increase my storage on the phone. And one of them says, hey, here are some apps you haven't used in a while. Can we put them in deep sleep? Now, if you don't know, deep sleep means that the app is not deleted, but also how it functions on the phone is changed so that it's not pulling resources needlessly. And so when you have an app on the phone, either you're using it a lot and it's constantly interacting with your phone, it's on there and maybe still pulling resources, but you're not using it, or you figure out you're not using it and you just get rid of it. What Sonny and I have realized is our resources are being tapped. And we're trying to figure out how can we best come alongside New Visions while not overstretching ourselves. There are also some things that we realize we're not capable of doing in and of ourselves until we get new officers or other things come about. And so coming into 2025, New Vision Civic League is going into deep sleep mode. Now, what does that mean? One, it means we're not deleting it. New Vision Civic League is not going away. It has a long, important, rich history. There are things that are vital to having a civic association present to address. And so we want New Vision Civic League to continue. But we also know that the extent to which it's being accessed and utilized, and our own capacity being stretched thin, we need to adjust how it looks. And so deep sleep means that New Visions is still functioning, but we're going to pull back on some of the ways that it's been functioning. Now, we had already pulled back some in 2024. We're going to pull back even more. We're basically going to function as an as-needed civic association. So you're not going to see any kind of regular consistency like we have tried in 2024. But when New Vision Civic League is needed, that app can immediately be clicked on and immediately go into action. So for example, this thing you're watching now, I would love for this to continue. Now, it might not continue with a consistent regularity like every month, but when something happens like Urban Hope opens its new headquarters on Fairmount, I would love to explore that on this space. If you have things that you think, man, the neighborhood should know about this, I would love for you to reach out to me, and I would love to capture it on here and put it out. So this podcast can still continue, but it may be on an irregular schedule. Another example is there's constantly development in the community, and it's becoming more and more common for that development to not necessarily be mindful of the existing community. This is where something like New Visions is incredibly important, because a civic association can not just keep an eye out for these things, but also collect voices and also be a louder voice to ensure that developers are mindful of the impact that they're having. Now, this is a role that Sonny is excited to step into. He's been serving in so many different ways, as you heard in the last episode. But one of the ways that we've talked about and he is happy to serve in is fielding the correspondence that come in about developments, about houses being built, about things happening on properties. And historically, we've had some folks that were interested in hearing about those things. And so Sonny's going to be able to reach out to that team. If you want to be a part of that team, let us know. But Sonny's going to help to make sure that New Visions Civic League is taking care of neighbors in terms of what's developing in our community. And so there are many examples of the ways that New Visions will still exist, still continue to function. But it will be as an as-needed thing. When we get more officers, when we have more consistent engagement, we may be able to expand back out into some of the previous ways we function or expand into new ways of functioning. But with there being 2 officers and only one of them in the geographic footprint, we're making some decisions to ensure that we are in a healthy place and that New Visions can continue to exist in some healthy form. All that being said, if there are things that you think need to happen with New Visions, that you need from New Visions, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll click the app, we'll open it up, we'll figure out what needs to happen. So, to sum it all up, we are so grateful for Sheena and her years of service and are excited for what she has ahead. Sonny and I are still committed to keeping New Visions alive, but we're shifting it into deep sleep mode, as needed mode. There's certain things that will be happening behind the scenes. Occasionally you'll see something forward facing, but it's going to be a little less consistent, a little less out front, unless you need something. So neighbors, New Visions Civic League is here for you, has been here for you, will continue to be here for you. So as needed, reach out to us. We want you to know that us connecting together is one of the most powerful ways for this community to thrive. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. And look, no matter what New Visions looks like, let's continue to be neighbors helping neighbors.